Hey guys, so we are back with Unit 3. This is our instructional guidance video that's going to tell you your expectations for Unit 3. So Unit 3, again, very, very similar to Unit 1 and 2. We have our textbook link right here. So the first thing you're going to do is access your textbook using this link and read chapters 11 through 15. Then you have your supplemental material, which is optional. You do not have to view it or look at it, but it is there and it's beneficial. Okay. And then you have your chapters 11 through 15 quiz. With every other quiz, not timed. Okay. 2 attempts. I take the highest grade. And remember, Blackboard doesn't grade accurately. So, especially like on chapter 11, that quiz is going to be a mess when Blackboard grades it. So don't freak out. I will go back in there. I will manually grade it and give you all of the points that you earned. You will not be cheated. Okay. And then you have your final written assignment, which is your film analysis essay. So I have a whole folder about this one. So you're going to click into this folder and you're going to see 3 things. The first thing you're going to see is this note-taking sheet. Obviously, this is optional, but if you click on it, you can print this, and it contains the 10 cultural elements that this essay is going to cover. Okay. And so you're going to want to print this, and as you're watching the film, you're going to want to take notes. So maybe as you're watching the film, you're going to write values and beliefs and take short notes on the culture in the film, what their values and beliefs are, or their diet and food they eat. Okay, so this is just your benefit. Take it or leave it, but it's there if you want it. This is your PowerPoint that explains the 10 elements of culture. So believe it or not, through reading all 15 chapters in your textbook, you've already looked at all 10 of these elements. Okay, every culture has them. It doesn't matter how big or small, how modern or primal they are. Every culture has these 10 elements. And so to help you better understand what they are, I've provided a PowerPoint for you that kind of explains it. You can click on it and then it will just kind of show you. Okay, it gives you definitions about what they are, and that way you know what you're looking for. Okay. The only one that doesn't really have definition is dress or body decorations, because to be perfectly honest, we kind of know what that is, but just know that they are more than just covering your body. A lot of times what you're wearing or maybe your accessories relate specifically to your culture, and they hold a lot of sacred meaning. Okay. And so go over all of the 10 elements of culture to help you give you a better understanding of what you're looking at. And then last thing you have is your film analysis. So you're going to click here to access the assignment. It tells you when it's due, how many points it is, and then it gives you your instructions. So basically, I'm going to kind of go over this really quickly. Throughout this course, we've read and discussed various culture elements. So culture relies on 10 elements, these 10 elements right here. Okay, so for this analysis, what you're going to do is you're going to watch the popular film Black Panther. Okay, it's a Marvel movie. It's a superhero movie. Okay, you've probably already seen it. It's not that new. And you're going to provide an example for each of the 10 elements as found within the film and the Wakandan culture. So while you're watching Black Panther, you're specifically looking at the Wakandan culture. It's a fictional culture, but they do a really good job. And you're going to be able to find all 10 elements. Okay. Once you've done that, you'll pick one of the elements in the example you used and compare it to one of the cultures presented in our text. So pick one of the chapters and one of the elements. So let's say you pick social relationships. Okay, so you're going to compare and contrast the social relationships of the Wakandan culture as seen in the film Black Panther to maybe it's the Samoan culture that you read about in your text. Okay, how are they alike? How are they different? And then lastly, you're going to conclude with your own thoughts on how this movie presented gender roles, tradition versus change, the use of oral traditions, rituals and spiritual practices, and science versus religion. Okay. So again, I've given you the chart, the 10 elements of culture. I've broken down your instructions into 4. So This helps you kind of be like, okay, I've done everything. Number one, I've watched the movie, okay? Number two, I have started my essay and I provided one example for each of the 10 cultural elements as found in the film. I was detailed and specific, okay? Next, in my essay, I chose one of the examples that I provided, and I compared and contrasted it to one of the cultures in our textbook. All right, I used specific examples within our textbook, preferably like textual evidence, okay? And then four, yes, I concluded my essay with my ideas on how the Wakandan culture presented gender roles, how they handled tradition versus change, how they used oral traditions, their rituals and spiritual practices, and how they handled science versus religion in their culture. Okay. And then this is just kind of your other expectations. So this is a little bit longer written paper. It needs to be at least 3 to 5 pages in length. It has to be double spaced, 12-point font. Make sure you're using college level writing skills, okay, as well as critical thinking, and you're providing in-depth responses. Include a title page and a works cited page. These two things do not count in the length of your paper, okay? I want 3 to 5 pages of writing. I cited my sources. Your sources should include Black Panther, which is the movie, and your textbook. If you use any other outside sources, make sure you include those too. I made a direct connection between the film and the textbook, and I used specific examples. And then last but not least, I used every element found in the instructional prompt. Okay, so I broke this down and made sure I did everything I was supposed to do. Okay, that is your film analysis. You must submit this assignment by a Word or PDF document. You're going to browse local documents. You'll pick it, you'll click open, and you'll hit submit. Okay, do not submit it using the comments box. All right, so quick recap, Unit 3. You're going to read chapters 11 through 15. You're going to view the supplemental material if you wish. You're going to take quizzes 11 through 15, and you're going to complete your film analysis essay. Okay? If you have any other questions on Unit 3, let me know.